What's up, nerds? So I watched the latest episode of Star Trek Strange New Worlds, and man, what a terrible episode. I'll tell you what. I mean, who is this show for? Who is this show for? This is modern day politics in a future sci-fi show. And in this episode alone, not only do I have to check my white and male privilege, but now I have to check my human privilege. Illyian lives matter. This episode was trying to be the great trial episodes of Star Trek past, like Measure of a Man, but it failed in every sense of the word. And that's the problem with this show. And man, modern Star Trek, for the most part, is they're trying to take a science fiction allegorical adventure show and make it into it about people and their feeling, getting over their feelings and trauma, which we saw with Patal. And that's all it's about. You know, Star Trek has a maturity to it and it has a humanity to it that I think that Strange New Worlds is missing. This show, it's activism disguised as entertainment. And it's not even entertaining because this episode, I did not find it thrilling. It was not interesting. It was trying to be like a courtroom drama show, but it wasn't interesting. Not one freaking bit. And I'm sorry, it was just bad. It was bad all the way around. And I'm so sick and tired of it. I really am. I'm sick and tired of the identity politics being put into shows. I'm so sick and tired of being like, check your privilege in this instance. It's just bad. It's just bad. And this episode really sucked it so hard, which normally I like, but not for this. All right, I'm going to get in my breakdown and everything, and I'll give you some more of my thoughts. But man, I'm really annoyed by this episode, like so annoyed. But all right, let's get into this. As number one's trial for fraudulently joining Starfleet as a genetically modified Illyian approaches, number one is sitting down with Captain Patel, Pike's girlfriend, and going over her plea agreement. They decide that if she pleads guilty, she will get no jail time and she will be able to be a Starfleet citizen, and she just can't be an officer anymore. Her lawyer says it's a good deal, but he's a Starfleet appointed attorney. I have to admit, I did like the line when Patel tells her to talk to her counsel, and she says, "How can he counsel me when he works for you?" That's a good line, but a good line an episode does not make. Pike recruits an Illyian civil rights attorney, Nira Katal, as her defense counsel. Yeah, Tita Bataki, a good actress, very beautiful. I've seen her naked. Katal and Pike have their tete-a-tete back and forth, and Pike is trying to convince her to come and work for them. He uses the fact that her cases against the Federation aren't winning, and that if she takes on number one's case and wins, it will make her other cases stronger. She meets with number one and tells her how she's going to take her case. On Katal's advice, number one rejects the plea bargain offered by Starfleet, facing decades of imprisonment if convicted. But Katal is upset with number one because her and her family left the Illyrians and pretended to be non-genetically modified humans. The prosecution easily builds a case that number one violated the law. Katal argues that the law is unjust and inconsistently applied. So Katal gives her big opening statement, and she says that Captain Patel is correct, that genetic modification is illegal under Federation law. She then goes on to say slavery was once legal, apartheid was legal, discrimination against people, how they worshipped, who they loved, their gender, the color of their skin, all legal at one time or another. This is identity politics at its best. Illyian lives matter. I'm not surprised this was an episode written by a woman that wrote Supergirl and Once Upon a Time, which got very preachy at the end. In her cross-examination of Admiral April, she demonstrates that April has violated the Prime Directive with impunity when it was the right thing to do. Meanwhile, La'an attempts to discover how Starfleet learned that number one is genetically modified, worried that the information was taken from her own personal logs. When number one testifies on her own behalf, she discusses the oppression and the marginalization genetically modified Illyrians faced in her childhood, how she joined Starfleet because she believed it celebrated diversity and inclusion, and how she revealed her own genetic status to Starfleet. Illyian lives matter. Catal argues that number one can be construed to have been seeking asylum from oppression when she joined Starfleet, which Pike had the authority to provisionally grant. During her final speech, Catal says, "Do you know why I love the law? Because a law is not a mirror to society. A law is an idea, a beacon, to remind us how to be our better selves. And you have the opportunity to do just that." That's not how law works. Illyian lives matter. The judges accept this interpretation and return an acquittal. And that's where the episode ends, you guys. She gets off scot-free because, she's an asylum seeker, which is, modern day politics in Star Trek. And it's just so stupid. So stupid. I'm sick and tired of the pandering. I'm sick and tired of the lecturing. I'm so sick and tired of it all the way around. I mean, we got so many girl boss moments in this episode. Like, let's just check out a couple of these girl boss moments. You get number one, putting her male lawyer in his place. You get Catal getting Pike on his knees, literally, and calling him stupid. You get Batal questioning Pike at the dinner table, making him look stupid. You get Admiral April being put in his place by Catal while on trial. And then Spock is constantly made fun of in this show and made the butt of the joke a lot. And that's just to name a few. But I'm so sick and tired of these things going on in this show. I'm so sick and tired of the activism in my TV. I'm so sick and tired of it. And it's Akiva Goldsman. He is just terrible. And anything Kurtzman Trek is just pure shit. And I don't understand why we keep going back to this. It's just bad. And I hates it. I hates it a lot. And I'm going to continue to watch it because A, content, and B, it's Star Trek. So it's like, how can I not watch Star Trek? But it's so bad. This episode sucked balls so hard. And I love the cast. I love what's-his-face that plays. I love the cast is really good, but it's just bad. It's really freaking bad. It's really bad. Gosh, I really hated this episode. I hate the way that they've done this now. All right, you guys, that's where I'm going to end it and everything, but tell me what you guys think. But as always, if you like what I do here and you enjoy independent content here on YouTube, please consider subscribing to my channel. YouTube is always changing up their algorithm. Small channels like mine, we just keep getting shoved to the back of the line. So please ask that you like, share, and subscribe, and I thank you in advance. All right, you guys, as always, tell me what you think. Go ahead and leave all your comments in that section down below. If you like this video, go hit that like button. I won't mind. If you're new to my channel, please hit that subscribe button. I'd greatly appreciate it. And we'll see you guys on my next Star Trek Strange New Worlds breakdown review. You guys have a good day. Live long and prosper. Bye.